Hey guys, thanks for watching. I'm Saumya. Welcome to my channel, Saumya's Bookstation. On this channel, I spread all the book love that I can. If you like my videos, please like and share them and subscribe to my channel. And do not forget to press the bell icon so that every time I post a video, you get notified. I've always enjoyed reading short stories because I feel that there is an assortment of different words in just one book. Also, there is quite a variety to choose from when it comes to stories in these books, and I think that's pretty amazing. So in today's video, I'm going to recommend 7 short story books that I came across and I really like reading these books. So if you're looking for books that have short stories and if you haven't read these books, then you can definitely consider picking these up. So let's get started. The first book is The Goat Thief by Perumal Murugan, translated from Tamil by N. Kalyan Raman. So the stories in this book are based in rural Tamil Nadu, and the reason that I'm recommending this book is that the way even simple things have been talked about in the stories in this book is just so unique and refreshing. Also, there are some stories in the book where non-living things have been brought to life. They have been personified in a way that I was left awestruck, because I have read pieces of work where non-living things have been personified, but the kind of connect that I was able to feel with something that does not live when I read these stories was just out of the world. And I feel for that reason alone, this book deserves to be read, because it kind of gives you a new perspective. Just one problem that I had with this book was that there was one story that was kind of disgusting because of the topic that it was dealing in. But even that story has been written pretty well if you just are able to shake off the feeling of disgust. The next book is Death Under the Deodars, The Adventures of Miss Ripley Bean by Ruskin Bond. So this is a collection of 8 short stories, and the common element in each of the short stories is the character of Miss Ripley Bean and a few other characters that you get to read about in every story. They're like the supporting characters. Each and every story in this book has a bone-chilling quality about it, and the reason that this book is such a page-turner and is so wonderful is not just because of these mysteries that keep you on the edge of your seat, but also the descriptions of characters or maybe of the places also. They are just so delightful that you're not able to put this book down. Overall, I felt it's a pretty remarkable book. The next book is Businesswoman Stories of Uttar Pradesh, told by my Mausi's Bua's Chachas by Tanuja Chandra. So the stories in this book are set in different small towns of Uttar Pradesh, and this is in a time before the independence of India, and this alone is a selling point for a lot of readers, including people like me. I'm sure you will agree. The reason that I'm recommending this book is because of the wit and humor that each and every story has in abundance. It's such an enjoyable read. Also, the stories have their own quirkiness about themselves. Although again, with this book I just had one issue, that 2 of the stories are particularly gross, even so in a funny way, but they're gross still. But the other stories are so good and enjoyable that it completely makes up for the 2 disgusting stories. The next book is Falling in Love Again by Ruskin Bond. So this is my second and the final recommendation by Ruskin Bond in today's video. So the stories in this book celebrate love in both its glory and the sorrow that it leaves in its wake. So the different characters in the different stories in this book evoke different kinds of emotions. Some of the characters you are able to empathize with, some of them you just laugh at, and some characters just leave you speechless. So this is a book that you can pick up if you want to read about love in its purest form, because this book definitely gives you such emotions that make you feel happy and sad at the same time. I was very much moved by the stories in this book, and I am not even somebody who is as a reader fond of the romance genre, but my experience with this book was pretty good, and the writing in this book is both evocative and spellbinding, and I think that should be the reason enough for anybody to pick this book up, especially if you are looking to read something that is related to romance. Next book is A Quiver Full of Arrows by Jeffrey Archer. So this was my first read by Jeffrey Archer, and I must say I'm looking forward to reading other books by him. I really loved this book. I felt that the storytelling all through the book in each and every story is so clever. Some of the stories save the best bit for the last, while some of them are marvelous right from the beginning. Overall, the stories form an instant connection with the reader, and that is the best quality about this book. The stories are set in either late 1950s or early 1960s. There is something inherently British in each and every short story in this book, in the sense that either the protagonist of the story is British, or if the protagonist is not British, then the story is taking place somewhere in England. The next book is Malgudi Days by R.K. Narayan. Now this is such a popular book and almost everybody has read this book, I'm sure, but still there are people who might not have read this book. Just don't even think twice, pick it up right now. It's such a worthwhile read. I loved everything about this book, the writing, the characters, the stories. But my favorite thing of all was the universal quality that this book has in terms of its characters. The way the characters in the story behave makes it so relatable, even though the stories are taking place in a fictional town named Malgudi. But the reality that the stories have sets this book apart from others, and that's why you should pick this book up if you haven't already. The next book is While the Light Lasts, a brand new collection of unpublished stories by Agatha Christie. The collection of stories might be brand new, but the condition of this book is definitely not. The reason for my recommending this book is same as it was for Death Under the Deodars. It has a certain spooky quality about it, which also makes it nail-biting in the terms of mysteries that this book has. I've read other short stories books by Agatha Christie, and I found out that I wasn't particularly blown away by those, but I really enjoyed reading this one. The stories in this book were very engaging and they have been written very well. So those were my recommendations. I hope you pick these books up. Please go ahead and leave your own recommendations in the comment section. I would love to hear from you guys. I hope you found this video useful. And if you want to connect with me on my social media, then the links are in the description box. I'll be back with my next video super soon. Bye!